SCP 6001. This is another report by Dr. Martin, myself, and we're now testing his psyche. Basically, we're testing if he's more. Basically, reason why we're doing a test right now instead of doing it later, didn't it earlier, is because, well, he wasn't as open as we wanted him to until very recently. He says that he's been in every war that the U.S. has ever fought in as a sniper. But he actually has good evidence about this. And we found out, yes, he has. But it's confusing that back in the day, snipers didn't really exist. So how did he do it? And he said he used the musket as a sniper rifle. Yes, it wasn't the best idea he ever had, but it was better than nothing. And he actually showed us he can make if he wants to, he can make any cupboard the size approximately 10 feet by 10 foot length by any bit wide, his own gun cabinet. His own gun cabinet. And he has every weapon he's ever used from the American Revolution to the last war he was in. And he was in he was actually in Iraq. He was actually in Afghanistan and Iraq when we captured him. We captured him for SCP reasons. And yes, we captured him at the most inconvenient time. He should have did it at a different time, because three American soldiers died. And thanks to that, he got so angry and killed every single SCP person that wanted to even talk to him. And he brought the dog tags back, and it told his superiors exactly what happened. And the United States has always never really liked how we did things, and now the United States wouldn't allow us to get this individual. And sadly, the politics around the world about the SCP Foundation is a little bit shaky right now. It's because most dangerous entities have been figured. There's a way to put them in boxes forever. Period. The most dangerous SCP ever found out is now in space or in a different dimension. We do not know. Anyway, the United States, until we found him, the United States wouldn't tell us where he was. And the United States and the GOC did, honestly, the GOC he was the only SCP that made the GOC the GOC honestly wanted him free, because he is a U.S. soldier. And the SCP Foundation didn't have the right to go to individuals' houses and do that. Anyway, he didn't talk to us for a few months until recently. And then he said what we know now. And he showed us his gun cabinet. And he showed us about the gun from every war he used. The musket he used in the Revolution. The one he used in the American-Mexican War, basically the Texan War. Then the Civil War, he fought by Union. Then the other Mexican War, he actually fought in hands with President Roosevelt. Then he fought in WW1, then WW2. Yeah, and then he fought in Korea, and then Vietnam, then small conflicts around the world. Then that's all he's said now. Anyway, that's all we've gotten from SCP-6000, so thank you. And now report will end. Go Gaming here. The dimension they're in, they figured out how to put dangerous SCPs in SCP boxes and make it impossible to open it. So it makes it so you can study them, yes, but the foundation of the SCP Foundation has been seen as not necessary in the timeline. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and thank you.